Hey everyone, this will be a technical approach combined with animation to confirm how many weapons there were. We like using logic and physics to work things out and eliminate and debunk the amazing amount of nonsense that is swirling around at the moment about this event. I want to make a clarification regarding the last video. The spectator ducking was not a victim, so the spread of trajectory shown in the video was not as wide. And also the shooter was killed after firing 8 shots. He wasn't killed after the first shot. Trying to get information out as quickly as possible, but of course there's the risk of partial information at that time. But we were first to point out the trajectory of the bullet causing the hydraulic spray. And as fresh information comes to light, that may change the facts. So what we've done here is taken 2 audio sequences, the 2 best ones which demonstrate what we are trying to achieve. On the left, we've got a video that is taken near the fence line between the shooter and the stage, with the bullets flying close to directly overhead. I've cut the soundtrack so that they stack one above the other, so you can compare them vertically. In this case here, we've got Trump talking, and the first shot goes off, and then he stops talking. And the first 3 shots, then the 5 in rapid succession, and then the final shot, which you can clearly see has got a different pattern to the rest. When I play these, you'll be satisfied that they are all the same sound. As a comparison, these are the sonograms from the microphone at the lectern. Once again, you see Trump speaking, and then the first sonic boom. As the bullet flies past the microphone, the sonic boom makes a click sound, and then 0.22 seconds later, the report or the sound from the muzzle arrives, and it's this mark here. And I've lined up all the little clicks, and they line up nicely, and then the sound wave arriving comes through here. The first 3 shots from the microphone have gaps between them, and the sonogram is clearly defined. The rapid fire shots overlap each other. Unlike the fence audio, the boom and pops, along with all the echoes, have become garbled. And then the 9th shot, which you can see doesn't have a sonic boom sound wave, it's just got the shot. So the top 8 look like the same weapon, the same pattern, and then the bottom one is a different pattern.
And why are people saying that there are multiple shooters?
In other audio, the sound can vary between the shots. And I guess that's what's given impetus to the idea that there might have been multiple weapons. I can't accept that it was just a lone gunman who got lucky on the day. Okay, so if we're going to listen to the shots one after the other, this is the main shot that I've been using, and it's a jumble. It's all kind of guys running with his camera. From this, the big screen and the sound system is able to locate it, and you can see they're next to the fence. So from that, I've been able to locate them standing over here.
And you know, that's a little bit... He's got it, Stay over here.
These are 8 shots from the same weapon and then a different one. 8 shell casings were found next to the murderer, according to officials. That was the same number deduced from the data before hearing the official count. So it's clear that there's 8 shots, which are the same, they sound the same, and then the last one sounds different.
What is the time frame of those 8 shots? How long did it take?
It was about 6 seconds from first to last. After the first 3 shots, there is a pause, then the rapid fire. And finally, the Secret Service shot, and then the shooting is all over.
Firing the first shot, and then he got out another 7 shots, and then he only got shot by the Secret Service. Why would they wait so long?
Because they could have shot him in this patch here.
Yeah, I mean, it did look like they were already focused on him. Could have shot him after the first shot. That's what I would have thought would happen.
All 4 snipers watching, all 4, 2 of them didn't have a great sight because they had to look through the trees, but the other 2 on the south, on the further away barn, good sight of him. Okay, so now we are going to do this. And this here is pretty cool. From the shooter, who is located over here, and the one shot from the sniper, who is on the south side, I have then animated the bullet and the sound wave, and then timed it to these positions over here. The blue marker is the sonic boom, and the yellow is the sound wave. The microphone shot has got the sonic boom and then the actual report from the rifle arriving later. The cell phone camera yet was next to the fence over here. So they were halfway between the gunman and the stage. And the bullets flying pretty close to overhead, crazy. And they're busy running and shouting and going nuts for obvious reasons.
So that's where that video you showed earlier, that's where they were standing.
Yes, this is this timeline. The video is taken over here, and what they do is they're looking this way, and they are seeing the boom lift with the sound system. And there's a fence right here that's next to them. They can see this building. And in the soundtrack, you can say, he's got a gun, he's on the roof, they can hear him. So they had seen that there's somebody over here, and they realized this before the shot came off. They were already alerted and going nuts. And then, of course, the microphone is over here. This is the soundtrack from this position over here, and this is the microphone over there. So there's the shot being fired. And there's the shot arriving, and there's the click. And there's the sound wave arriving at the camera, guys next to the fence. And there's the sound wave arriving at the microphone. All ties up very well.
Okay, so the spectator's camera didn't pick up the sonic boom. That's only on the microphone right by Trump.
Correct. The sonic boom picked up only if you're very close to the bullet. And then the same thing, here's the second shot being fired. Shot passes the microphone, passes this camera over here. And then the sound wave reaches the microphone. And then same thing over here. Shot gets fired.
Okay, I see. That's a good visualization.
These throt shots here are very clear. There's the next one. There's the next one. However, because these are rapid fire, they all jumble on top of each other.
But it all lines up perfectly.
Yeah, it's very nicely lining up. And you can actually see there's multiple sound waves that are still approaching in these cases. But I mean, if we look here at this shot
Have you
here,
calculated the relative speed of the bullet and the sound waves?
the average bullet speed worked out to be 750 meters per second. And then here's the next sound wave array arriving from the next bullet. And there's the sound wave from the previous bullet. So you can see there's a lot happening over here. And then the final shots, we play them. They come from over here. And arrives at the microphone and then arrives at the fence. Arriving
Okay.
at the fence
So
later.
one shot from the sniper.
Yeah, one single shot.
Okay.
And neither of these positions picked up the sonic boom because it didn't come straight past.
Okay, that's a good way to represent it.
And taking out Crooks over there.
So
And
that shows, that's kind of proof that all the bullets came from the same spot. Because if they came from the other side, or some people are saying there were shots coming from a water tower or something. Where is that water tower?
Okay.
Oh, it's over there. Okay.
Yeah. So some people were saying that that on top of the water tower, I mean, they see a blob and the blob moves, and they are just imagining stuff. I mean, people desperate to have some alternative narrative.
If there was a shot from the water tower, then it would have a bigger delay between when the sonic boom passes the mic and the sound wave passes the mic.
Yes. And the other reason why that's complete nonsense. The guy wouldn't have had a shot because it's blocked by the big screen. It's an impossible shot. Okay, then the other shot that people are talking about is this one over here, which is from this window, and this is the view. So, and they would have certainly from this view seen Crooks, and supposedly in these offices should have been security people, and they would have seen the stage, but it doesn't really make any sense.
Well, then they couldn't have hit his ear from that angle, it doesn't look like.
Yeah, it would have been difficult. And also the shot doesn't go past any of the victims. The victims were over there. There was the fatality. And here was David Dutch standing over here, and then James Copenhagen, who was sitting over there, or standing, we're not sure. So we know those are the 3 victims, which line up with the shot coming from Crooks, and the shot out the window doesn't go anywhere. That makes sense with what we see. And I'm sure once these are debunked, they will start to look for other locations to try and invent a narrative. This, the information is based on current information, and of course things can change. Next video, we'll look at the angles and the timing of the gunman and the Secret Service. And for fun, go and check out the conspiracy theorist comments that will flood with their nonsense. It's pretty hilarious. If you appreciate technical rationality and engineering and problem solving, and if you want to see us having lots of fun breaking the world speed record for a drone quadcopter, check out both our videos.